This is a screencast on how to insert a label that links you to a website. First, we'll bring up our Moodle course. This is where I want to place the label. My first step is to turn editing on by clicking on this button in the upper right-hand corner. After clicking on the button, I see that my resources and activities have appeared. I'm going to add this as a resource. By clicking on the downward arrow, I see my menu of options, and I'm selecting Insert a Label. This brings me to the working space where label text in red with an asterisk means it's a required field. Down below this is the working space itself. I've found a web quest that I want to use with my students, and so I'm going to introduce them to it by dropping this label into the Moodle strand, and they can just click on the label then and it will take them right to the web quest starting point. So this is going to be for a 7th grade language arts class, and the web quest is for the novel The Giver. So I've now written the title of the label that I want the students to see. I'm going to highlight this area and then come up here to where I see a chain that is linked together. And by putting the cursor on it, it gives me the sign that says Insert Web Link, so I know I'm in the right spot. I click on this one time, and it brings up a menu of options to add in here. I have found the URL right here, so I'm going to highlight the web address and then copy it. I will return to my Moodle site, and where the URL is listed, I'm going to paste that web address that I wanted to find there. So I've clicked in the site, I've right-clicked on it, which gave me the menu of options, and I selected paste. The title of it doesn't need to be filled in, the target does not, and we do not need anchors here. I'm just going to go with the default settings for this and click OK. That has changed this entry from being in black to blue. The blue signifies that it is now a link. I also wanted to make it in a little bit deeper font because it's a label, so I'm going to make it 14 and boldface. Now come down and click on Save and return to course. Now we see this label, enter the Giver web quest right here. When I put the cursor on it, it changes to a hand, which signifies that it is a link to another website. So let's test it out. I click on it, and there it takes me to the Giver website. Now, the reason you would want to do this is just preferential, that you wanted to have it look like a label rather than a web link, which we see right here. You can do that in either way through resources. You can either link to a website or insert the label and make the label a link to that website. Once again, this has been inserting a label that links you to a website.